Hello everybody, today is Wednesday, September 2nd, 2009, and it's Wednesday. So let's get started. I have quite a bit to talk about, being that it is September 2nd, and lots of exciting things happen today or around today, within the plus or minus 3-4 day range. First, I would like to talk about the thing that's on most people's minds in the cubing community, the Cube for You brand, Gigaminx. Came out a week ago, I'd say. And the stickers came out on Sunday, Thursday, which is when I ordered mine. I got the 2-day shipping, and somehow it got shipped to Arkansas instead of California. So I got it late. Boo. But I ended up getting it. Yay! So I got it. And I was really happy to assemble it. So what I did was I used the normal Cube for You brand screws and springs, the 2-piece ones. Those ones. And now, as you can probably tell, since I can show you those, they are not in the puzzle. What I have done is I have taken those out and replaced them with the older type, the 4-piece sets of screws, springs, and washers. And it turns much better. I had a whole little time-lapse of switching the two, taking those out and putting these ones in, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, and so I'm not going to post it. Anyway, now I've got this to the point that I can do single layer turns with one finger and double layer turns with one finger, but it's certainly not finger trickable yet. Yeah. It will be, though, as soon as I disassemble it and spray real silicone rather than Jigaloo into it, because the spray-in method with Jigaloo does not work on this at all. With so many moving parts, you cannot ensure even distribution. Which sounded intelligent, but it wasn't. So I'm very happy with how it turns out, pun. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I will be more willing to do a videoed solve about this, because now I can actually turn it easier. So, one more quick thing about the Gigaminx that I feel really dumb about. As you may have seen my video review on this thing, I said that I didn't have a color scheme to follow, so I made it my own. Now, my own color scheme looks all fine and dandy, however, I realized that the colors that they sent with this are the exact same as the ones that came on this. Crimea River. This is the MF8 Megaminx. These are the tiles that came off of an MF8 Megaminx and in the correct order, so I could have just followed that. I could have been smart, but I decided about forgetting instead of following. So, that's why I have a messed up color scheme. Good thing, however, though, is that these are Cube for You brand stickers, which means that they will not be on here for very long. I will either bite the bullet and buy from Dr. Sticker, or I will buy from CubeSmith if they ever end up coming out with stickers for it, and I will get permanent stickers at that time, and when that happens, I will put the real color scheme on it. Or a real color scheme on it, rather than just some random mishmash of 12 colors. Moving on, more things in that same Cube for You order were an Ishin 2x2. Nothing interesting to say about this other than the fact that when I was unwrapping it, it broke. And meaning, I unwrapped it and it fell like 6 inches on a corner and the top layer popped off. It's successfully reassembled now, and it's very nice. I'm very glad I got it. Now I'm going to put some shock oil in it and it will turn into a beauty. And the last thing that I got in that order, the last thing that I'm going to show you about that I got in that order, was these. A copper colored, but it looks gold, Cube for You brand DIY. I got this for a few reasons, the main one being I wanted a gold cube that actually turned somewhat decent, but the other reasons being more along the lines of I wanted to see how it would turn out, and if I should get the other colors as well. It turns a lot better than I thought, it cuts corners better than I thought, and it's just better than I thought in general. I thought if it was going to be anything like the golden type B, then I would have had to shoot myself in the foot. But it's very nice. It's good for speed cubing. Can it be your main speed cube? Yes, it is good enough. Can it be a speed cube? Yes, it's good enough. Can it be your main one? Meh. Preference. This is not my main speed cube, but it's fun to solve, because then you can blind people with it. Not as well. But you know what I mean. In the direct sunlight, you can go, ah, my eyes! So yeah. I would definitely recommend getting this if you want a shiny cube. And that is all for my cube for you order. And now moving on to 2 more things. I'm going to save the best one for the last, and I'm going to talk about me right now. So, my birthday is today, September 2nd, but I have not opened all my presents yet. However, yesterday and the day before, my parents allowed me to open presents, because they are awesome like that. Yeah, they're awesome like that. So, I'm going to show you the 2 things I got, which I am very happy about. I am as happy as a kid in a candy store, and I should say as giddy as a kid in a candy store, and so I will probably be telling you loads of things that you already know about this, just showing off the features that everyone knew. So the first one is a new iPod Nano. I'm really happy I got this, and it's a much better improvement over my old iPod Nano, which was the first gen iPod Nano. Now the new one. Yay! Now, if I can find another use for this, I'm going to keep it, and if I can't find another use for it, I'm going to give it to my dad, who does not have an iPod. He will soon, though, and I think that would be awesome. New iPods. Now, what everyone knows, but I didn't until I got it, was that there's Ozzy Osbourne from Crazy Train. Now you turn it sideways, and the screen shuts off. Wow. There we go. Ha ha ha. Yay! It has an accelerometer in it, which I was quite impressed with, because I was not expecting that. And then I bought Tetris, because I am completely addicted to Tetris, and because Tetris is one of the most amazing games in the world. Now I'm waiting for it to load here. Now, here's a game that it was in the middle of, and Tetris. Sweet. So, also, I was experimenting with the movies on this, and the fact that you can play videos on it rather than my old one, which you couldn't, and the only movie I have on there right now is Metal Daniel's Tetris, just to test it out. So, there's an iPod that I got. I'm very happy about that. Engraved on the back, I got my name and my cell phone number, which I'm not going to show you, but I got the word The Cubist written on the back. Can you see that? I think you can. It says The Cubist, and that has double meaning. One of the meanings is, of course, Rubik's Cubist. And then there's also Picasso, who was a literal cubist in his painting style. And the second thing I want to show you guys is a new Dremel. Yay! This one has lots of different speeds. It has a battery meter. It has a huge ass battery, like HUGH space JASS. Put it on your name. Put it on a paper that you write. Put by Hugh Jass, and you can get a chuckle while your teacher stares at it with a blank face. I tried that once. Good times. Okay, so I got a new Dremel. This one will last longer. It has 2 batteries, so I can Dremel along for about, I'd say, an hour and a half constantly, whereas my old one didn't get that much battery power. So what I'm going to be doing, since I now have a new Dremel, is that I will be selling my old one on my main YouTube channel. So if you happen to want that Dremel for some reason, like you want a Dremel, you want it relatively cheap, you know, some people would buy it just because it's from me, which I don't get, but okay. So I'm going to sell it on YouTube, a little auction type thing if you guys want it. Perfectly usable Dremel, just about every bit that came with it, and pretty sweet. So, that is 2 of the 3 things that I wanted to talk about. And the last one is the most epic thing ever. Happy birthday, Throst.